Owner-operators, do you know your CPM? Do you really know your CPM? Because if you don't know your CPM, you don't know if you are making money or just moving freight. CPM is how much it costs you to run your truck per mile. If your CPM is $1.65 and you are taking loads paying $1.70 or $1.75, well, you are working for free. My name is Miguel Figliolo with DRY Truck Dispatch. So in this video, I will show you exactly how you can calculate your CPM in order that you can take more money home. And at the end of this video, I will explain to you why many dispatchers don't want to talk about CPM, why they don't want to explain to you about the CPM. Being said this, let's get into it. Okay guys, here we are. CPM is divided in three things. Three different specific lines. First and foremost is a fixed cost. What means fixed cost? Fixed cost means that all expenses that you have every month, work or not work. If the truck is stopped or is moving, either way, the truck spend money, because if you don't work for a week or for a month and you got a truck payment or trailer payment, you're gonna have to pay that. So you can skip that payment because you are not working. So that means fixed cost. So in this line, fixed cost, we have truck payment, if any, because many drivers already pay the truck off, even with the trailer. Trailer payment, insurance, because we have to pay the insurance every month. Trailer insurance, general liability, registration, plates, parking. When we get home, we need to pay some parking spot. I don't know, unless that you already have a parking spot in your home, and then you can park the truck in your home, because not all drivers have the choice to put the truck in their own yard. Many truckers had to pay for parking. Like me, for example, I had to pay for park my truck. Okay, so the other fixed cost, ELD and occupational accident or occupational insurance. Those payments we have to make it work or not work. So after that, we have a variable payment. So the variable cost include fuel, because not every week we're gonna spend the same amount of fuel. Sometimes 1,800, sometimes 1,500, or sometimes 2,000, 2,200. So that's depend the load, depend the weight of the load, depend the road that our dispatcher sent us, maybe up to the mountains, or maybe to, I don't know, like Florida, everything is flat, or Illinois, everything is flat. There is states that requires spend more diesel, that's the point. So maintenance, some months we have a lot of maintenance, some months not, it depends the truck. As I say, right now with the brand new trucks, oil change every 30,000, not like old trucks every 15,000 or 10 or 12,000. In my truck was old one, so I made my oil change every 12,000 miles, so every month. So repair or part, if the truck broke down, some month, hopefully we don't need to take the truck to the shop, so then we can avoid that. But anyways, we have to calculate, because we have to take some money in saving in order to pay that repairs. So that has to be into the CPM. Tires, tolls, sometimes we get loads that we don't need to go across the tolls, like in Illinois. In Illinois there is a lot of tolls, or Pennsylvania, or even here in Florida for the turnpike. In the turnpike you have to pay tolls. Or Texas is expensive. Some scale tickets, many drivers already know their own trucks. For example, I know my truck and I know my trailer, so I know when I should weigh the truck or not. Usually I don't scale my truck unless I've got some load weighing 40,000 pounds. 38, 40,000. Otherwise, I don't weigh the truck because I already know where I had to put it. Slide the tandems. That my experience teach me that. Pre-pass, we need a pre-pass for weight stations, truck and trailer wash, and IFTA taxes. IFTA taxes, you know, every month we have to save that money. What is next? Services. In services, we have dispatch percentage, like me, my percentage. Otherwise, I can't find any load for you if you don't pay me. Factoring, we need, you know, 2-3% is depend the factory company how much they gonna charge you. The low boards, DAT1 or 123 low board or truck stop low board, they have different prices. Usually with DAT1, the best is the I think is the one that costs about $200. That is the best because that one has the whole information that we need in order to can get how was the market the last week or maybe couple of weeks before, and how is projecting the market time ahead. Low board, ELD, we have to pay the ELD every month, phone and hotspot. Not only that, we have to include in our CPM our owner profit because we need to get some money home like everybody. We need to know how much money minimum is the minimum that we need to take home to can cover our home expenses. This is crucial because when I speak with some owner operators and I tell them how much money is the minimum requirement that you need to take home. Some owner operators are some realistic and they say, well, between 5,000 to 7,000. But owner operators are telling me that they need to take home, just for the home expenses, 10,000, 11,000, sometimes 12,000, to which is insane because they have just 10,000 in home expenses. With this market, it's gonna be hard to handle driver like that because with this market, we can fight. I can fight for better load or for better prices. It's hard to make that driver the minimum requirement payment. Minimum required amount to take home $10,000. The minimum. That means that if that is his minimum, how much is gonna be the maximum to take home? Minimum 10,000. So how much is the maximum? But that's hard, you know, because I know working harder 4 full weeks, you can make about 12,000, having really good weeks. But we're gonna talk about that when I show you on the computer how this works. So what is this? The owner profit, TPPM, is the target profit per month. This means that if this target, you as a truck driver, when I'm asking you in our interview, okay, how much do you think that is your TPPM? If you say, for example, 7,000, okay, 7,000, okay. I know this 7,000 included all these expenses. Your CPM is about $2 per mile. So that means that I can fight for minimum $2 per mile. So I can't get any load less than $2 per mile. Otherwise, you're gonna be losing money with me. You know, that is what every truck driver must understand. Because what happened with dispatchers? Some dispatcher doesn't care about this one. Dispatchers just care about their percentage. That is something that I'm gonna explain to you at the end of this video. And I don't work like that, okay? Remember, I always gonna be on your side. Not just on my side, on your side, because I've been driving truck for 16 years. So I know what it is stay sitting in your place, behind the wheels. I know that, but we're gonna talk about later. So that's the point. If this 7,000 that you can working normally could take home with $2 per mile, my goal is gonna be find loads at least $2.20 per mile, or $2.50 per mile, or $2.80 per mile. If sometimes you can get load for $3 per mile. So if you can take that $3 per mile or $2.80 per mile for every load, you're not gonna get 7,000 at home. You're gonna get 10,000 or 12,000. It depends, because market is going up and down. So right now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you my computer exactly, and I'm gonna put some amounts exactly how you can calculate your CPM and how I calculate your CPM at the moment that we have our interview, you know, to see if you qualify to work with me. Because this is the point. If you don't qualify, why you cannot qualify to work with me? If you need a target that you say, Miguel, okay, I need $3 per mile, no less than $3 per mile, I cannot work with you. I cannot promise that I'm gonna find every load at $3 per mile, you know, because it's hard. I wouldn't say that I cannot, but it's hard in this time. So, you know, I mean, as a dispatcher and you as an owner-operator, we are a team. We have to understand each other. My honesty pushed me to tell you the truth, even if you like work with me, but I can't offer you the amount of money that you are asking me. We cannot work, you know, because my reputation, my name, my company name, everything is gonna be into it. This is a serious part for me. It's for that reason that I'm ready to have a video phone call with my new customer to stay speaking on the phone. Because with video phone call, I can show him in my computer how we can work, what's the market right now, and what we can do, or in which area I can send you. I can send the owner. If the owner say, okay, I want to work just, I don't know, east to west, but in the south, just on I-10, go back and forward. But the money, the good money, is in the Midwest. I'm gonna recommend you, hey, listen, we can make more money making less miles, less stress. That means less maintenance for the truck. We can work on Midwest. We can run 400, 500, 600 miles a day, and we can get load for $2.80, even $3. If you're pushing me to find load from Florida through California, and 1 week a trip, and at the end of that week, your CPM is gonna be 220. Doesn't make any sense. You know, make 3,000 miles for 220. When we can make, in the whole week, we can make 3,000 miles, maybe for 280, 270, 250. That's the difference, you know. You're gonna spend less money in fuel, death, and everything than working down there. But that is something that I'm gonna explain to you in another video. So right now, let's go to my computer and I will show you how I work with my CPM calculator, okay? Okay guys, here we are with the software. Right now, I'm gonna show you how I calculate the CPM for new owner operators, okay? All right, so right here, the total gross of the month, 28, around 7,000 a week. Could be more, could be less, but I don't think so. Right now, 7,000 is a good average. Working days, 26 days, and the total miles, 12,400 miles. That's good enough. So right now, let's gonna start with fixed payment. Remember, fixed payment is the amount that you should pay every month. Move the truck or not. Truck payment, trailer payment, truck insurance, trading insurance, everything. That is a fixed, remember. So right now, the monthly payment for this truck is paying about $1,800. For trailer, it's about $700 a month. Truck insurance, $1,200 is good. For trailer insurance, $125. General liability, so $125. For the registration, a month, just for calculate, it's gonna be the same, between $150 to $250, so $175. For parking, once a month, is depend of the state where you are located. Illinois sometimes is more cheaper than Florida. Here in Florida, for a week, no less than 200. So let's put 200 in a month, because usually truck drivers are over the road for a month, for 4 weeks, and then stop for a week. So let's put 200. Occupational insurance. What we have with occupational insurance, another 200. Dispatch charge is between 8 to 10, it depends, but let's say 8%. Factoring is 3%, could be 2%, 2.5, it depends, you know, but it's around that number. I'm gonna skip this part right here, owner profit. Remember TPPM? That TPPM, I'm gonna leave that for the end of this section, because I need to show you something and explain to you something about that. Fuel a month, let's guess $1,800 a week, 7,200, yeah, could be around 7,000 to 7,500. So let's get 7,200 a month. We are calculating everything per month. Tolls, we calculate the tolls per mile. So tolls 0.05 cents per mile. Maintenance 20 cents per mile. ELD, let's put 50 bucks. IFTA 0.05 cents per mile. Pre-pass is about $25 per month. Repair 10 cents per mile. Tires 0.05 cents per mile. Scale ticket 180 a month. Truck wash 150. Truck with trailer, and what else? Okay, I think that we are good right now. So in this case, this driver with a total gross of 28,000, 26 working days, 12,400 miles in the total month, his net profit was $7,210 because the total expenses was $20,790. If he makes 28,000 minus 20,790 is equal $7,210. But let's guess that this driver minimum needs to take home for home expenses 6,000. So let me put here 6,000 right now. As you can see here you can see net profit was $1,210. But what happened? Everything is included. So what I'm trying to explain to you, the cost per mile of this driver making 6,000 a month, in this case, this driver, he got whole expenses covered, everything is covered, plus his 6,000, okay? So that means that you can see here, his cost per mile is $2.16. So if this driver wants to work with me, I can get a load less than $2.16. Because if I get a load just with $2, this driver is losing money with me. It's crucial, that part. Because sometimes I'm seeing drivers that get loads for 190, 180 or 170. How those drivers can cover all expenses getting loads with that rate per mile? They cannot. It's for that reason that every driver is going down all times, because they don't know how to calculate that CPM. So what happened now? Let's guess that this driver is getting money, let me pull up my calculator, at $2.16 per mile. Okay, what happened if I can find loads at $2.50 or $2.80 per mile? Okay, let me show you what's the difference right here. This driver make 12,400 miles times 2.26. That's the average. This driver, he found, in order to cover all his expenses, included his 6,000 to take home, his driver get loads $2.26 per mile. His CPM is $2.16, so he's over 10 cents over his CPM. So it's for that reason that he's getting 6,000 and a little bit more to go home, okay? So those 6,000 plus $1,210. But what happened now? If I can find loads, let's guess 12,400 times 2.5, $2.50. This driver gonna be making 31,000. You see the difference? At 226, he take home 6,000. At 250, he can take home 10,000. That is how you have to calculate the CPM. It's the only way that you can make money in this industry, knowing your numbers. If you don't know your numbers, you always gonna be dead. Let me tell you something. When I was driving my truck, I was driving from Washington back to Los Angeles, 1,000 miles, empty. That was insane. That was crazy, you know, because I've been waiting for a load up there for 1 day, sometimes 2 days. And I decided to start driving empty 1,000 miles. You know, 1,000 miles, driving right now, if you have to drive empty 1,000 miles, look, the cost per the CPM of this driver is $2.60 per mile. If this driver has to drive 1,000 miles empty, he's gonna be losing $2,160. So it's insane. That is something that I never saw that in the beginning. I was thinking, okay, I don't care if I had to spend $600 in fuel, because from Los Angeles going back to Miami or going east, I'm gonna get a load paying $6,000, $7,000, so I'm gonna be good. No, that was a mistake. No, because I already lost, in this case, $2,160. So that week, I mean, when I get that load in Los Angeles going east and paying $6,000, I had to take from those $6,000, $2,160. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's very important that you know your numbers. Otherwise, you're gonna be all the times behind the line, all the times getting money from the previous week until you can get back on your feet. But the only way that you can get back on your feet is knowing your CPM. Okay? So now, to close the video, remember I told you that I want to explain to you about dispatcher, why mostly dispatchers don't want to talk about CPM with you. Sometimes they don't know how to calculate this, because many dispatchers they never drove a truck. So that is one of the reasons. But the other one, the only thing that they care is their percentage. 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, whatever they charge you, is the only thing that they care. His percentage. For them, it's the same thing. Get a load that pays $6,000, to which is good for you, than they get a load that pays $3,000 or $4,000, to which you think that is better for you, but it's not good for you because your CPM. But it's better for him because he's getting his 5%. It's for that reason that all the times many dispatchers are pushing you to get this load. No, get this load because there is no another load. No, there is no another load. Oh no, I mean, the market is paying this. The market is not paying good. Okay, it's understandable. The market right now is not good. Market is not paying good. But we can find loads paying $280, $260, $250. You know, I mean, or the main reason is position your truck. You know what I mean? Because they care about their money, just their percent. With me, that don't gonna happen, because as I say, I was a truck driver. I don't like to do the others what people did with me. Okay? So I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you to make money. It's for that reason that I'm just working with 10 or 12 trucks. That's it, no more than that. 10 or 12 trucks is already a headache, work with that amount of trucks. You can imagine just one guy working with 18 trucks. How those dispatchers gonna pay you attention when you need a pickup number or some directions or I don't know, anything that you need in order to get loaded? How he gonna pay attention? Because he is looking for loads for other trucks. It's not the same working with a lot amount of trucks that work just with a couple of trucks. You know, I know it's less money, but my goal over here is different. I want to be a good dispatcher with you, but I'm trying to create a longer relationship that you can say, okay, hey, this guy is honest, this guy is clean, he's telling me the truth all the times, and this guy is making me participate, because all the times I'm gonna say, hey, listen, this is business for you, or this is not business for you. Don't do this. Now, if you're gonna do it, you know. But if something goes wrong, I wouldn't like that you stay telling me, hey, why you send me that place? Or why you don't tell me about this? Or I mean, you have to let me know when it's a good market or bad market or whatever. So that is something that you need to understand from me. This is me. I'm working like this with the truth, no lies. Everything is gonna be on the table, because I don't like to somebody stay telling me, hey, you are a liar, you introduce yourself like this guy, but you are not this guy, you are another one. No, that doesn't work with me. Always respect my clients, my customer, my owners, operators, always, and always have a good communication with them. So nothing, guys, this is the end of the video. I already show you what CPM, how that works. If you are interested in work with me, here's the button, here's the link. Subscribe to the channel, and then we can start work together. It's the only way. Okay, so thanks for staying with me once again, and see you in the next video.